What's it going to be like? What do you think it's going to be like?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. Probably hectic.
Hectic?
Because you have to worry about graduating and trying to get set on your feet, having to find a proper job.
Okay. Hectic. Anybody else? Okay. All right. So going into the police field. Okay.
Well, speaking that it's going to be very competitive.
Competitive.
More competitive than it was in the recent years.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So all right. So competitive. What do you think about going from having to work or for school? Most of you have classes. Don't start at 8 o'clock. Y'all start about 10 o'clock and finish by 3. What do you think about having to work from 8 to 5 or 8 to 7? What are your thoughts about that?
Depending on how much I like the job.
Oh, depending upon how much you like the job.
And if it's a job that I am partaking in, I think that's a factor. So I think that wouldn't really matter if it's a job that I'm doing.
Okay. So how do you pick that right position?
Well, you really don't know. Well, sometimes you really don't know, but most of the time I think with me it's going to be more of a traveling thing. Because I don't plan on going straight into the workforce. I want to travel a little bit and then kind of find the right job and kind of, look at some other alternatives other than just the basic. What do I want to do or what am I interested in? I want to know, like, what other country could I go to?
Okay. So you want to make the slow transition.
Right.
You don't want to just jump right in.
Right.
Okay.
Because you get stuck.
Okay. Getting stuck. All right. Interesting. We'll come back to that. All right. What else? What about now having to dress up every day? In some fields where you have to dress up every day. Maybe wear a suit. Or even wear business casual. You can't hang out until 12 o'clock and be functional at 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. These are all things that's going to happen when you have that transition. That's that transition from being carefree college student to the real world. What happens?
Transition, making sure that I make enough money and live the lifestyle that I
Okay. Gotcha. All right. What do you think your salaries are going to be? Well, it's high. That's a relative term. High to you is maybe low to me, and low to you may be high to me. So what's high?
It depends. Like if you first starting out, you probably just want to get on your feet and get comfortable.
All right. Give me a number.
What's the average?
Yeah.
No, I don't need to know the average. I want you to know what. Okay, if I'm an employer, you got to say, well, what's the average? Is that what you're gonna say when they ask you how much you want to be paid? How much would you like to be compensated? How much is your talent worth?
I'd say about a lot.
A lot. That's a relative term too. Huh?
I want to get paid probably. I'd say about $24 an hour.
All right. Calculate that on an annual basis. That's probably right around about 36,000.
Yeah, about 35, 36,000.
35, 36,000. Okay. 35, 36,000. Who wants to be compensated a little bit more than that? Oh, all right. So what do you think your compensation should be?
My degree work for me, so I feel at least, starting out. Are you saying starting out?
Yeah. Transition from college to student.
Starting out.
Professional.
I would say realistic it'll be around about 45 to 50. But in my world, I'm thinking 59 to 63.
59 to 63. What's your major?
Man,
And what are you going to manage at $59,000 to $63,000?
really, that's just where I feel that anything that you enjoy doing, the money will come no matter where you start. So
But wait a second.
I
Now
don't know.
you're changing your whole tone. I'm asking. Okay, when you finish traveling the world,
Yeah.
and you figure out, and the people who are funding your traveling in the world say we're no longer funding this. You need to go get a job and a career.
I'm going.
All right. What is it that you expect for someone to compensate you? 59 to 63 with no experience. You have a degree and you've traveled the world. You have experience of the world, but you want someone to compensate you that much.
I say maybe like 20 to 25 years, or well, I say 10 years into whatever he wants to do. I can see that 59 good right off the month.
Okay. So let's talk about we're going to talk about some of those expectations. That's interesting. Anybody else? So we have from 35 to 60 plus $1,000 a year.
Me, I'll say about right now, I work like 41,000.
You work 41,000. Okay, what is it that you bring to the table that tells me that I should pay you 41,000?
Because I learned off right off the back and by me interning for the company that I'm working for, I already know what I need to do, how to do the job, and what it takes to get the job done.
Okay. So you want to transition from that particular company into a full-time position, is that?
Right.
Okay. All right. All right. So that makes me some validity there. All right. Okay. What else? What else do you think about when you start talking about this transition? What are some of the other things you think about?